Welcome back to album review.
I think this is my first or
Yeah,
second album review or something.
I think this is your first one.
Yeah.
I don't think you've ever been in one.
No.
You're popping his cherry.
Yeah, you can say that.
I've been very
I will
active
say
this
that.
last month with the
Yeah.
podcast and everything, so.
Yeah.
So, we are listening to an album that I suggested. We're doing Drake's Take Care. I think this is his second album, maybe
Yep.
his third?
Second, because So Far Gone was technically like a
mixtape?
mixtape,
Okay.
whatever.
Okay.
Alright, so this is his second
Official.
album.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, I know a bit about Drake's, like, background. I mean, you guys probably know more than me,
Canadian.
but he's
Yeah.
Canadian.
That's
He's
what's wrong with
from
you.
Toronto. And he got his start not on music. He was on
TV.
the TV show Degrassi.
Oh
Yeah,
my
bro.
He was in a wheelchair.
He was. He was, dude.
That's wild.
He did get a start with TV. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he would be picked up by Lil Wayne on his first album, which is incredible. He was on the Forever song with a lot of classic artists
Oh
like
my God,
Kanye, Eminem.
Eminem, right.
Like, that's such a great way to get exposure for someone like this new into the scene.
Yeah.
He was bound to be big after all that.
100%.
Yeah, so
Just
you guys
destined.
have any context you want to give on Drake? 'Cause that's about all I know from up to this point.
This
As a
is
child.
definitely the first like album that I listened to of Drake's all the way through. Was it years and
Probably
years
same,
ago?
Yeah, definitely me
So-
too. After you hear like a couple of bangers on the album, you're just like, oh shit, like
Yeah.
you have to listen to it.
I loved this album for a very long
Me
time.
too.
So
I still love this
I still
album.
do, yeah.
Like a lot of the songs don't get old to me. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, background wise, I don't know. We kind of covered it.
Everybody
Thank
knows
you.
Drake.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone knows Drake, so
And
there's
this
also
is-
that.
Even the people that don't like Drake now, this is usually the only Drake that they
Listen to.
Probably
They're just like,
not,
oh
like,
yeah,
you
I
know.
rock with this.
because it was very different at the time. This is from 2011, so
Yeah, this is very
This is
early.
really
it
big.
stood out at the time.
really did.
A lot.
So, shall we jump into the tracks?
Yes, I'm ready.
Number
Alright.
one is "Over My Dead Body."
This one's alright.
It's an intro,
It's a slower
so it's got
intro
that
song.
Piano.
Yes.
It's
it
a
does.
cool sound for an intro, but it's very slower. Yeah, slower song.
Definitely.
But if you listen to the lyrics, like he's still like flexing on this song, even
Yeah.
though
Yeah.
even though it doesn't sound like he.
One
would
songs
be,
where you
or
gotta
is
like
a
really
musician.
actually listen
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
This
it's
one's
not just
alright.
gonna pull you in with like a crazy beat like right off rip.
Yeah.
he kind of tells a little bit of a story in this one, so it's interesting for an intro, but I think it set the tone good because there's a long track list here,
Agreed.
so
Yeah,
there's,
this is a long album, too.
there's
I
some
said
space in there for moments like this. So.
Oh, 100%. I said it just sets the album up very nice.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
I love it.
Do we give the songs ratings too? or
No, I mean,
okay.
no.
That was just okay.
Yeah. But the next track is "Shot for Me."
I like this one. It's a cute one. I don't know.
Also slower still,
It's like a more chill
singing.
vibe. Yeah.
Does a lot of
It's a cute
singing.
one.
At the beginning.
I don't know. I mean, like, some of the harmonies are really nice in it. So
Yeah.
I think Drake has a decent singing voice. I'll give him that. Like, it's not a bad song. I enjoy this one.
It's just a little slower, not
Yeah.
as upbeat as like the rest.
Yeah, it's still a good track.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The next track is "Headlines."
Probably my
This
favorite
is
Drake
one
song
my
of all time.
favorite Drake songs.
I have to say it's same for me. It's the first Drake song I ever heard.
I mean,
Yeah,
probably
it
same
has
here.
to be for me too.
And I've known this song word for word for like almost a decade now. So this,
It's been memed. I first heard it on Django Music. If y'all remember Django Music,
I don't know.
it's like Pandora, but like lesser known.
Right.
You remember Django Music? Anyone in the
What was
over there? Django Music. It's like Pandora.
I think I do remember that. Yeah, you put me on.
Hell yeah! I put someone on. Let's
Yeah,
go.
years ago. I mean, I don't have it anymore. But.
Well, obviously, it's very outdated.
yeah.
But yeah, this is a classic
Django?
beat. Like,
Yeah.
very
Django.
memorable.
Really put Drake on
instantly
that.
recognizable.
Yes.
Crazy.
Yeah,
Great song.
probably my
Banger.
favorite Drake song too.
I'd
Like,
probably
like I
say the
said.
same. Yeah.
Rango.
Like a Catboy.
Yeah. What's next?
I
though?
think Rango
Next
like
is-
True Love, right?
True Love
Oh,
featuring
The
Weeknd.
Weeknd.
Yeah, back when he was like pure R&B Weekend too.
Yeah. So like the beat is way a little different.
Yeah.
It kind of like takes a second for the song to pick up.
The first half of the song, it's just the Weeknd
Yeah.
singing.
Yeah.
But then there's a verse from Drake at the end, with, like the beat picks up a little bit. But yeah, this was a pretty good song.
I like this
Yeah.
one.
So far, the first four tracks, three of the four have been like slower, like
Yeah.
singier songs.
Yeah.
But they still have like different moments throughout. So,
Yeah.
but the next track is a very popular one.
Another-
The title track, "Take Care,"
with
Rihanna.
Rihanna.
with Rihanna. I
Very
think
good
it's-
song. I like this one too.
Me too.
this, I'm guessing, was like the first time that they ever did a collaboration on a song.
I think it was.
I think, and then they kind of became like a very famous duo after that. They did many features down the line.
Oh yeah.
and they were kind of like a thing for a little bit. And, like that was the whole, I guess, appeal behind it at the beginning.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is a very classic song. Everyone knows this song. It's
Yeah,
the
I feel
poppiest
like
song
it
on the
definitely-
album.
yeah.
Very
It
poppy
definitely is.
song,
Poppy.
but I liked it.
I feel like they do well together though.
Oh yeah,
They do well.
very good chemistry there. Next track,
Another
another
really-
very classic one.
is.
Marvin's Room.
The Sad Boy song.
This is
Super sad.
yeah, but it's still one of my favorite.
I like
Drake's.
this song.
It sounds great. It's
Yeah.
got a very unique sound to it. The weird,
Yeah,
Yeah.
like that was probably very different at the time.
Yeah.
you're still a fun listen. Like
It's a fun song.
Yeah.
I like it.
It's a cool idea how he's like just drunk on the phone, like
Yeah.
leaving a voicemail for this girl.
Yeah.
Mhm.
She doesn't give a shit. Like,
Oh, happy birthday, Chad.
happy birthday.
Thank
Or
you.
not? No, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Just style.
oh.
I forgot
Thank
back.
There's still a lot of video left here.
Yeah.
Drake sucked live.
Oh,
Oh yeah, you guys did see Drake live.
we did. I don't really associate this album with that.
That's fair.
Yeah, no,
no,
me
that's
neither.
fair.
But yeah, no, this song's it's a meme now. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
It's
but still, like everyone knows this song. It's
Right.
like 13
Yeah.
years later, and I don't know. Just don't listen to it if you're
I
actually.
don't really
sad.
ever skip it if it comes on
Put
my
you in your
playlist
bag.
either.
No,
Like,
that's
Yeah.
good.
yeah, unless I'm like at the gym or some shit.
It's
So
a good song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next track is an interlude, Buried Alive interlude.
And that features Kendrick.
With
Features
Kendrick
Kendrick.
Lamar.
And he's like,
only
it's
Kendrick.
only Kendrick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't realize that at first.
So it was interesting, a slower beat with
Yes.
Kendrick just
I wish it was longer.
Yeah.
rapping along.
I
it.
wish
It's
the song
like-
was
also
longer.
very early Kendrick too.
Very.
Like
he
this is
sounds
like
a lot
Section
different.
80 era Kendrick.
Yes.
Yep. I'm guessing that this was probably recorded like in the same session or around the same time that they were working on Poetic Justice for Good Kid, Mad City.
Probably.
That
That
sounds
album
fucking
came out
insane.
the next year. So.
Yeah.
But if you didn't listen to Take Care and you only know about current hip hop news, that's probably a very surprising feature to a lot of people. Now,
Yeah.
It is.
so-
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Fun fact: Kendrick and Drake were cool at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah, they came up at the same time. They got very popular, basically. So
Around the same time.
Yeah.
around the
Yeah.
same time, yeah. Next one is Underground Kings.
I like.
I
this
really
song
liked
a
Underground
lot,
Kings
dude.
a
The
lot.
song's very underrated in my opinion.
Picks up a little bit here.
It does.
now,
This
the
one is
energy.
really
Yes.
good. Like I love the energetic Drake. Like that's definitely
This is
where
Drizzy
he shi-
Drake, bro.
This
Like,
is where Drake shines to me. Is when he has that fiery energy, and it's just like a really good beat over him.
Yeah,
Like
the beat is
Yeah,
really
dude,
good.
he just stays engaged the whole time.
yeah,
Yeah, like the beat's not even doing that much on this
No,
one, but
yeah.
he just rides the bass
Yes.
really good with,
Yeah.
his, with his flow on that
for
one.
sure.
Next track is "We'll Be Fine" featuring Birdman.
This one's not bad.
It's decent.
Sounds
I like
okay.
I like it, but like it's nothing crazy to me. It's probably one of my
Kind of
lesser
like a filler.
favorites.
The
Yeah.
808s on this one are really like
Yeah.
aggressive.
Yeah.
It's the main.
I've
sound
also
of the
never
song.
been a.
I kind of
big
like the
Birdman
vibe
fan.
though. Where he
I
like
like-
stops
I
and he's
definitely-
like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like, I don't know, like there's parts in the song that are really
I'm
good.
getting big.
Yeah, that part's the
Yeah.
best.
It
Like,
sounds good.
I'm not a big Birdman fan, but it
Me
wasn't too
neither. I
bad.
don't really know his music like that.
I've
His
listened-
feature isn't horrible.
Yeah, he's okay.
He's like basically the guy known for mentoring Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
Oh
So
yeah, that's right. Okay.
He kind of just became really involved with Cash Money at the beginning, but he like didn't like, even on this song, his feature, it's really just him yapping at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
It's not
honestly,
long enough to.
It feels like he probably just wanted to be on the album and kind of made Drake throw that in.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
I'm not a big Birdman fan, to be honest.
Nah, I've
so-
only ever heard bad things about him too. I don't know much.
I listened to a whole album with him and Lil Wayne, and it was just kind of weak.
The next track is "Make Me Proud" featuring Nicki Minaj, another Cash Money artist at the time.
Yeah, I like this one. Another one of my lesser favorite songs, but I still
Yeah,
enjoy
I
it.
agree. It's a little repetitive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually think Nicki Minaj's part of the song was better than Drake's.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
she had a good
I
verse
like
on
Nicki
it.
Minaj on some songs. Like, she
Yeah.
sounds good, like with the right flow and beat.
Yeah, we've talked about her a few times on this show before, and like she's always been a good artist to me.
Yeah, I agree. She's always been consistent, man.
Yeah, like, at least her
She always-
features.
She's been around for a
features.
while.
She always has
so-
very high energy.
She had a lot of good
Yes.
features.
This one was
Agreed.
the same, so.
Mhm.
But yeah, not one of my like favorites off the track list.
No,
me
agreed.
neither.
Lord Knows featuring.
This
Rick
one is
Ross.
another one of my
I really like this
favorites.
song a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This song is
Lord
really
knows,
good.
bro.
It's got that Rick Ross sound, so
It
the beat
does.
has the big like.
Yeah, it's the
It's got
big
the choir
bombastic
singing
Yeah, the whole
stuff.
time.
Like yeah.
I don't know. Really good song though, in my opinion.
At the time, this style of like Rick Ross
Yes.
was just
So
huge.
popular.
Yeah.
It sounded
The
awesome.
grand sound.
Yeah, yeah.
Like everything had to be like epic.
And Drake and Rick Ross end up doing a lot of collaboration after this
A lot of their
album.
music is really fucking good.
But yeah, this song is a classic to me.
I agree.
That vocal sample is just really cool sounding.
Yeah,
Choir.
great sample,
It's awesome.
and the beat's just good overall.
It gets you hype. It's a good pump up song.
Yes.
I like the verses a lot from both
But
of them.
another person that Drake kind of currently beefs with.
Yeah, he does, right? A little bit.
So-
Yeah.
Again, it's just different times.
Yep. The next track, it's kind of two songs put together. It's Cameras / Good Ones Go interlude.
I liked both songs, really.
I like
mean,
both songs.
They have cool vibes to them. They're
Yeah.
slower.
They are slower.
Cameras is pretty good. Good Ones Go did get a little slow, but like
yeah,
sounded good. And
It did, I
as
like-
an interlude, it
Yeah.
definitely felt like an interlude.
yeah, just like something to fill the space
Yes.
with, but like a good transitionary.
It's like a
track.
good filler song.
Yeah,
Like needed.
It felt like it was kind of transitionary because after this, it kind of gets a lot slower. The vibe.
Yeah.
Even though there were
First,
already some
yeah.
slow songs on the album, it gets a lot more like R&B, singing
yeah,
kind
yeah.
of.
for sure.
But so the next track is Doing It Wrong.
This one was okay.
Another sad song vibe,
Yeah.
kind of similar
But I
vibe
like-
to like Marvin's
I like-
Room almost.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like Drake's flow in the song though.
Sounded
Mhm.
good. Yeah.
It's like the 09 in my basement, right? Where-
Yeah. Is that one with the piano?
Yes.
Yeah, this one was decent.
The next track is The Real Her featuring Lil Wayne and Andre 3000.
This song is very underrated.
I also think
I think it's not bad. I enjoy this song. Lil Wayne's part's decent. Andre
Andre
3000,
3000.
like
on the
one of the
production
best
of the song
rappers
is
of all
his-
time. Like, come on.
I think he had the best part on the
Yeah,
song.
I agree.
His voice sounded really good on
Yep.
the slow
Mhm.
beat. It was good. But this is the first of 3 Lil Wayne features.
Lil
on this
Wayne's
album.
on this album a lot,
lot.
obviously.
And it's all at the very end.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
just handles the back
He
end
really
of the
does.
album.
But it's only right for him to be there because at this time,
At this time,
he
prime
was
Lil Wayne
one of the
pretty
biggest
much.
reasons
Yeah.
Drake was up there. You know.
Yeah,
hmm And Lil Wayne was still on top of things at the time.
He really
Oh, yeah,
was.
definitely.
like him in Future.
This
they
was
were
still when he was dropping like what the Carter
Carter
3,
4 was
4,
around this time,
Yes.
I think.
Carter 3 was a little before this, yeah. But the next track is Look What You've Done. This one's okay.
Yeah,
like filler type
It's
song.
definitely
It's
one
good.
of the weaker tracks.
Yeah,
yeah.
But it's a good sound,
Yeah.
and it's cool how I think he's got that. I think it's a real voicemail from like his grandma or something at the
Yeah.
end. That's kind
I
of.
thought that was a cool like addition to the song.
yeah.
I just thought it was a decent song. Like, okay.
Just
Yeah.
one of the slower ones.
Yeah.
Next track is the exact opposite. It's
Yes.
HYFR. Hell yeah, fucking right.
Yep, another Lil Wayne feature.
Another great song.
That's a
though.
classic.
Yes, like the way it
Great
starts,
banger.
bro. Like you know exactly what song it is when it starts,
Yeah.
bro.
I do really like this one.
Drums
Me too.
are really good
Yes.
on this song.
Lil Wayne sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
And after this track was slower, like
Mhm.
tracks right before it, it
Yep.
was really
Yeah.
much needed.
Yeah.
Like bring it back up.
Hit at the
Mhm.
perfect time. So, and Lil Wayne had an amazing version of this song.
Yeah.
So, next track is Practice. So then back to the singy vibe a little
I
bit
kind
more.
of like the
Yeah.
song. It's more upbeat.
But he still raps a little bit.
I do
does,
like
Yeah.
Practice. This is
Yeah,
another
me
one of
too.
my favorites off like the back end of the album.
Yes.
Yeah, a lot of the beats on this album are like they leave a lot of space for him to just fill it with different like cadences, and
Mhm.
like it sounds really good.
Hmm For sure.
The Ride was the next track.
This
Oh,
is,
good
I think,
song.
technically the closing track, because I think the last one's a bonus track.
I think
but-
so. Yeah,
Technically.
Yeah, but this one's not bad. Like the
I
ride,
like it.
The ride's decent.
Yeah.
it does
okay.
sound more like an outro than the next track.
Yeah.
so it makes
Yeah.
sense.
1,000%.
But yeah, this song's again not one of the strongest ones on the
But
album,
it's not
but
bad.
it's got a cool sound
Yeah, it
to
does.
Yeah,
I enjoy listening to it.
Yeah, I think it's a good one.
yeah, I liked it.
And the final track.
Then the
is
bonus track.
The Motto.
Oh,
which
another
everyone-
big
What else is there
hit.
to say
Everyone
about this
recognizes
song,
this
though?
song.
Yep.
Yeah.
The crazy just bass going.
Mhm.
the whole
Lil
time.
Wayne's going
great.
crazy, Drake going crazy.
Yeah,
It's very instantly recognizable.
I think this might be the most memorable song off this album.
Probably the
Oh,
most
like-
memorable.
Like
maybe,
that,
yeah.
or I guess headlines, yeah. But
Yeah.
the motto,
There's
like,
some
dude, at a
really-
party, everyone's playing the motto.
Really
Yeah.
Everyone
big,
plays that shit.
very popular songs
Yes.
on this album. Looking back, so
yeah.
yeah.
And you can see where Drake really came from in this album. And like, I'll go real quick with final thoughts.
The man proved himself.
Yeah.
At this
Great
time.
record. Like, this is probably still my favorite Drake project today. Like, I haven't listened to much, to be honest, but I've listened to a couple albums, and this one's just always been the best to me.
Yeah.
And
This one's
I
more
think
your type.
this was his peak, and like, speaking on his newer stuff, it's hit or miss for me for the most part, but like, when he wants to make a hit, we've said this many
Exactly.
times.
He can just
When he
goes.
wants to make a hit, he makes a hit, and he can make a good
It's
song.
always been an effort level thing about
Exactly,
Drake. Is what it almost
swear to
seems,
God.
which is
It's
wild.
like he's got a
'cause
lot of weak stuff in modern era.
Who
to
else
me,
can you
but,
say that for?
Like Her Loss
Right.
was pretty decent.
Her
'cause,
Loss
like,
was
he gave a shit on.
pretty
it.
good.
Yeah.
Then you got like other
one of the best
projects
ones
that
of
he-
recent time.
Exactly.
Probably.
Like when he tries, he's good. And this is like when he was trying, and he had Lil Wayne like right there,
Yeah.
which definitely helps. It's
Has
not the
motivation.
he's not
Yeah.
the reason this album's good, but he makes a lot.
He's had a
of
dog in
it.
him.
Yeah,
Yeah, underdog mentality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how it felt to me.
Yeah,
And I will
agree.
say, pretty
Just
good
coming
album.
up, it's like, yeah, this is.
And that's sick. That's a cool feel to have for an album. Like,
Yeah.
this is my come up. Like, you are all
Definitely.
who I am
This has
for
to
a
be
long
his
time.
album where he knows
yeah.
that.
This is
It's
his
pretty
breakout
legendary
moment.
looking
Yeah.
back.
Final thoughts, Seth? Not the rating yet, but what do you think of
Uh,
the album overall?
has to be overall my favorite Drake album. Now that I did the album review and re-listened to it,
Yeah.
a lot of strong tracks. You just can't go wrong with this album. It has
Yeah.
to be his most favorite overall album.
Probably.
Yeah. There's not really any bad tracks on the
No,
album. It's
there's
just there's a lot of tracks, so
Yeah.
it's got its like up and down
Yeah.
feels to it. But
Yeah.
I think that it's
I just like the
definitely
variety. Like I
one of
said.
his strongest track lists
Yes.
of any of his albums. So
Yeah.
it's classic to me.
Let's go to scores. I think I'm gonna start us off since I picked it. I'm gonna give it probably an 8.5. Very good album.
Very. That's
Liked it a lot. I mean, it's not perfect to me. There's a few songs that I don't really care for, but for the most
Yeah.
part, filled with bangers.
Yeah.
And like, this is definitely peak Drake.
1,000%.
Whoever wants to go next.
I'm gonna give it a 9.
Nice.
It's all the same reasons. I think it was
Two
pretty
songs.
long,
Well, yeah.
and there
It's
was
pretty
only
long
like
album, yeah.
maybe 2,
Yeah.
3 at max songs that I really like wouldn't listen to, like wouldn't go back to. But everything else, like there's songs that I know so well now, and there's a lot of great features on this album from like all the people that were helping him get to the point he was at. So it was really cool to see.
Yeah.
So I just really love this album. 9.
I'm pretty much gonna agree with Chant here. I'm gonna give it a 9.
Okay.
Yeah, dude, the songs he just went off on this album. They hold up well. You can listen to them. How old is this album now?
13 years.
13 years old, and these songs hold up better than a lot of new songs.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like I said, there's a lot of songs on here that I still listen to and don't skip.
Yeah, there's a lot of different emotions you can get out of this
Yep.
album, so it's cool.
Yeah, like I said, at the end of the day, the variety does it for me.
Yeah. I don't listen to Drake too much, but like when I do, usually one of these songs comes on like
Yeah.
from this album.
Yep.
Definitely.
Legendary album, for sure.
So Seth,
Yes.
since it's your first time here, you get to pick this week.
Okay, so
do you
unfortunately,
got?
I'm going back to rap.
That's fine.
Newer rap.
All right.
We have not done this artist yet, and maybe Lid might join us on the album review. Playboy Cardi's Die Lit. I'm choosing
Whoa.
for the
Okay.
next album review. I feel like it's-
I've not done a Cardi album yet,
that's
so
why I wanted to pick it.
It's gonna
So
be a good one.
yeah, and I will be here for that.
all right.
Lid may will probably be here for that.
I'll be here for that.
See.
Okay. Well, tune in next week. We're gonna look at Die Lit.